Ooh, welcome to Taz Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is October the 13th, 2025. We're going to be talking about TNA's Bound for Glory. Monday Night Raw is going on right now. I just woke up. I woke up late. I'm going to wait a little bit, and then I'm going to watch some Monday Night Raw. I already seen some on Facebook. I totally forgot it was starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't like it when it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning because I can't. Sometimes I could wake up early, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I stay up a little late and then I wake up late. Oh man, it's annoying. It's a good thing that I could watch it on Netflix. That means I could watch it anytime I want. I could fast forward, I could rewind, I could do whatever I want. At least it's on Netflix. That's a good thing. But it's annoying that it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you want to watch it live and don't get spoiled by... spoiled? I think that's what it's called. Getting the spoilers on Facebook or social media, you have to watch it live. And I couldn't watch it live because I was still sleeping. Oh, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we got TNA Bound for Glory. We had some... I thought it was a pretty decent show. I thought it was pretty decent. I wasn't happy how they ended the gauntlet match. I think a lot of fans wasn't happy. They were calling it bull crap and all that stuff. It was bull crap. I didn't like it. I will tell you guys more about it when we get to the match. But they did have a match of the year, and it was Javon Evans and Leon Slater. The ending, again, wasn't the best. The only match I didn't really care for was the tables match. I already knew that Devon can't wrestle. I know Bubba could kind of wrestle because he was in the Indies. And the Hardys kind of could wrestle. But I don't think it was about the wrestling. I think it was about the emotional. This is the last time we see these guys wrestle each other or ever for Devon and Bully Ray. This could be the retirements. So... I thought Devon was already retired, but this could be their official retirement. I don't think Devon ever said he's retired. But yeah, so I think that's the whole thing here is that the emotional. That is going to be their last time that we see the Hardys face the Team 3D. That's the only thing. I don't think everybody was expecting a classic wrestling match or a classic tables match where you see crazy things. We did see some crazy things. But Devon, I'll tell you more about it when we get to the match. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had the Knockouts World Tag Team titles on the line. In the pre-show, I did watch the pre-show. I watched a little bit. They only had one match in the pre-show, and it was for the Knockouts World Tag Team titles. It will be Casey and Jesse will be versing the Anglers Brand, Heather and M, with personal cachet. It was an okay match, but the winner of that match, and still your Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, was Casey and Jesse. They won the tag team titles on Impact. For some reason, I couldn't be able to watch the last 2 weeks of Impact. I don't know if it's because there's a game happening, because these last couple weeks, there's been game after game after game after game. So it could be because of that, and there's recaps for it. I have no idea. But it could be because of that. Sometimes when games happen, sometimes wrestling goes on different dates or different times, or they don't show up at all. I think AEW did the same thing a couple times as well. So did WWE. So... yeah, when there's big games happening or the ending of the games, wrestling has to get bumped up a little bit. To start off the show, we have the International Championship on the line. Steve Maclin versus Frankie Kazarian. It was an okay match. It was okay. You just saw Frankie Kazarian talking trash to Steve Maclin's mom, and his mom gave Frankie Kazarian the finger. It was a pretty okay match, but the winner of that match was Steve Maclin. He's the new international champion. What's the point of giving Frankie Kazarian the title? He won at Victory Road a month ago. I think it was a month ago or a couple weeks ago. and he loses it to on the biggest stage, Bound for Glory. They have a new entranceway. It looks like the WWE's entranceway, where they have a little Tron, and they had walls over here, so it's like a little tunnel. So it was pretty cool, and it was a big show. 7,000 some 100 people. That's crazy. Our next match is Tessa Blanchard with Victoria Crawford versus Gia Miller with Jody Threat. I thought this match was happening on Impact, but it's happening on Bound for Glory. It was okay. It was okay. Gia's not really a wrestler. She kind of botched some moves. Her entrance was pretty cool, but not really the best wrestler. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Tessa Blanchard after she whacked Gia Miller with a bunch of quarters. Oh, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 22-person intergender Call Your Shot gauntlet match, and the winner receives a trophy, and they can cash in anytime they want. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is a trophy. It's not Money in the Bank. I will tell you who's in the match, because now they finally tell us who's in the match. Who was in the match to start the match was Li Yang Lee. She didn't really last long, didn't she? She didn't eliminate anyone. Mara Saedi. I can't even say her name right. She didn't do much either. Ryan Nibbett. Nick Nibbett. Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, AJ Francis, Travis Williams, BDE, The Rascals. No, it's the right thing what I said here is because the Rascals on the exclusive social media, Santino did the math, and all three of these guys are in one spot. One spot. They're not in separate spots. They're in one spot. That's why it's 22 people, because there was 3 of them in one spot. It was supposed to be one person in one spot, but there's 3 people in one spot. We have Danny Luna, Eric Young, Jake Something, Rosemary, Hometown Man, Zach Clayton, Frankie Kazarian, Santino Morella, Matt Cardona, and Mance Warner. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. I was a little upset about this because the only surprise they had was BDE, and they ruined it by telling us weeks before Bound for Glory. That's the only surprise they had. That's the one thing I got upset with, because normally when they do these Call Your Shot gauntlet matches, they have surprises. I don't care if it was NXT stars or some independent wrestlers. They only had one, and they ruined it, so we can't really get excited because we know he's in the match. We just need to wait until he shows up. BDE did a good job in the match. He did a cutter on AJ Francis. He had a rivalry with AJ Francis. He took AJ Francis' title at Revolver, and now he has a rivalry with Chris Danger. I thought Chris Danger might show up. But, yeah, he did a good job, and then he got eliminated. But, ladies and gentlemen, Rich Swann got eliminated by his own teammates. Is first class over because of AJ Francis? Well, the winner of that match was Frankie Kazarian and Nikki Nabbit. Whoever is the last 2 guys, they will have a pinfall match, right? They will have a normal match. So they did a suplex, and they both pinned each other. So Santino made a decision that there's going to be 2 winners. So I don't know how this rule works, because they're both winners, right? So does one person have to cash in, or can both of them cash in? Like if Frankie Kazarian cashes in, right? If he cashes in and he fails, does Nick Nemeth lose the trophy because Frankie Kazarian couldn't cash in, right? Or does Nick Nemeth get his chance? I don't understand how this thing works. It should be like that they both could cash in separately, and if one of them is successful and who is not successful, it should be like that. I don't know. It should be like that. I think if Frankie was unsuccessful Nick Nemeth could still hold that trophy, cash in anytime he wants, and he could anywhere, anytime he wants, and he keeps it. And Frankie Kazarian loses it because he tried to cash in, it didn't work out. I didn't like that. Even the fans didn't like that. They were calling bullcrap. I say it was bullcrap too. We have Kalani Jordan will be versing Indy Hartwell for the Knockouts World Championship. It was a pretty decent match. I already knew this wasn't going to happen for Indy Hartwell. This is her first title match. She needs to see if she's a really contender. She is a good contender, but she wasn't ready to be a champion. The winner of that match, and still your Knockouts World Champion, was Kalani Jordan. And then we have the System. Moose, Alicia Edwards, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC versus Order 4, Mustafa Ali, Tasha Steelz, Special Agent O, Jason Hodge, and John Skyler in a 10-person intergender hardcore war match. We saw everything these guys could do. They brought weapons, they brought trash cans, chairs, thumbtacks, barbed wire, everything. The winner of that match was the System. We have Leon Slater versus Javon Evans for the X Division Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, this match was awesome. Back and forth. It was a little slow beginning, but when they got the speed up, you crank the speed up, they went all out. These guys were doing jumps, springboards all over the place. Oh my God. Reversal after reversal, sequence after sequence, everything they could. But ladies and gentlemen, TNA kind of ruined it by having a 20-minute time limit draw. But Santino made 5 minutes more. And these guys still been bouncing around. And the lights went out. Dark State shows up and ruins the match. I'm hoping we get a rematch and finally get a real winner. We have the Hardys, Matt and Jeb versus Team 3D, Bully Ray and D-Bond. Spike Dudley made his return as well. He wasn't part of the match. We had a tables match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships and the NXT Tag Team titles. This is the first time that the Dudley boys went for the NXT Tag Team titles. This is the first time. NXT wasn't a thing when they were in the WWE. So, yeah, it was a pretty decent match. It was an okay match. It's not elimination, but if Jeb already got put through a table, Jeb Hardy could still wrestle, but if he got put through a table, it doesn't count. They had to put Matt Hardy in the table. You have to put both members of that team in the table, but it's not an elimination match. It was an okay match. We saw a swanton off of the ladder. Jeb Hardy doing a swanton onto D-Bond on top of the tables. I don't think D-Bond really got hurt a lot. Mostly Jeff Hardy's body hit one table. Like his back hit one table and his back of his head hit the ladder. And then his feet landed on D-Bond. I don't think he got really hurt bad. And then he got put through a table. And then it looked like they were about to end it by smacking chairs on Bully Ray. But Bully Ray looked like he was about to cry. And then the Hardys was about to cry. They put the chairs down, and they did a double spine buster onto Bully Ray onto a table. It wasn't the best ending, because I didn't know what the heck is happening. You let them put you through a table. You were supposed to try to win the match. And then, ladies and gentlemen, everybody hugged it out. Everybody hugged it out. It was a long hug. And then the Dudley Boys stopped the Hardys because they were about to leave, and then they took off their boots and gave it to the Hardys. It's like when you're retired, you leave your boots in the ring. I guess they're giving it to the Hardys because they are the top tag teams. Number one, the stipulation was whoever wins, they are the top tag team, and that's what they are. They hug it out. The Dudley Boys saying bye. The Hardys was handshaking every fan in there except for the people that's all the way up there. But yeah, that's pretty cool to see. If you guys didn't see Brent, the other Vibe guy, and he is another independent wrestler as well. He was there too. I was surprised he wasn't in this gauntlet match. He's an independent wrestler. I think he has more wrestling experience than BDE. I don't know how he got in the gauntlet match and not Brent. Well, maybe because AJ Francis had a rivalry with him, not Brent. Brent never had a rivalry with AJ Francis. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the TNA World Championship on the line. Mike Santana versus Trick Williams. This match didn't even start because Trick Williams has to open his big mouth, and Mike Santana did not like it. So they attack each other. They brawled all over the place before the match even starts. And then, out of nowhere, I think Mike Santana just got busted open. The match finally starts. And these guys were doing everything they could, trying to destroy each other. Trick Williams' lawyer got involved. It didn't work out, and you saw Trick Williams talking trash about to Mike Santana's daughter. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match, and your new TNA World Champion, Mike Santana, after that distance clothesline that he did to Trick Williams. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you saw, and then the lights went out. No, not the lights went out. Nick Nemeth came out. He was getting ready to cash in his trophy until the lights went out. There we go. The lights went out. And then out comes Elijah, making his return and smashing a guitar onto Nick Nemeth. But in the ring behind Mike Santana, there's Frankie Kazarian trying to cash in, but the referee's telling him, you need the trophy. You don't have the trophy with you to cash in. It's like the Money in the Bank. You need the briefcase. You want to cash in, you have to hand the referee the briefcase. You had to hand over the trophy to the referee. It didn't work out, so Frankie tried to attack him first. And then it didn't work out because Mike Santana knocked out Frankie Kazarian. And he could celebrate with his daughter. Remember what he said? I'm bringing the world championship to my daughter. And that's what he's doing. So Trick Williams, he's hated everywhere. He has no TNA world title, so he's not part of TNA anymore. And he walked away from NXT at the Showdown show. What is he going to do? Because he thought that, oh, I have a title, I could be part of TNA. Now I don't have a title, and I walked away from my own brand. What is he going to do? I have no idea. We don't know any more releases from the NXT Evolve, LFG, whatever it's called. I don't really watch it, but there's some people I was not surprised with. Like Jin Tala, I'm sorry. She wasn't that great. I seen her match with Kylie Armstrong for the championship, Evolve Women's Championship. Wasn't the best. She wasn't a great wrestler. There's a lot of Evolve guys that got taken out, got released. There were some good ones. But there's some people that wasn't really ready to be part of WWE. Some report says the rumors, the reason why they did it is to make room for other people to be part of the WWE. And they're trying to make room. There's too many people, so let's make some room. And it makes more sense. I think they're not saying it's a budget cuts. They're just saying they're trying to make some room. Because there's so many people in that brand, and if you're not, and they said if they're not like ready to rest, they're not in the potential of being good or stuff like that, you're gonna be gone. You have to improve yourself. If you're here, and we give you an opportunity, you have to show that you're actually doing the job, the work. I don't know why they got rid of Wesley. Maybe because they don't have any creative for Wesley. We haven't seen him for months. Maybe they don't have any creative because he's a heel. And what else are you going to do for the guy? The guy got beat up multiple times. Who else he's going to get beat up by? So NXT is going to be weird without Wesley, but they still have some good wrestlers, and maybe they will have some independent wrestlers. We heard about Kara Hogan leaving AEW. She could come to WWE. That would be cool. Kara Hogan. Imagine Kara Hogan comes. She's been in 3 of the top brands that I watch. She's been in Impact Wrestling. She won titles. And she's been in AEW. Didn't win titles, but she could come to WWE. That would be cool to see. Kara Hogan comes to WWE. Her coming to NXT, that would be cool for her. I think it would be cool. I always been a fan of Kara Hogan. She was good. It's not because her last name is Hogan. She was good in the ring. Like, I was happy for her what she was doing in Impact. I wish she was like a Knockouts champion, but now she won the Knockouts tag titles. She really did much in AEW. What the hell did she done in AEW? I don't think she ever wrestled in AEW Dynamite. I don't know. I think she was part of the Baddies. Wasn't she part of the Baddies with Jade Cargill? Wasn't she? She was in that faction in AEW. That was a long time ago. That was like 2023. I think. No. But yeah, it was 2023 because Jade Cargill left in 2024 and came to WWE in 2024. It's almost been like a year for Jade Cargill being in WWE. I think so. It's been almost a year. Or it been a year. I have no idea. When did she come to WWE in 2024? But yeah, it's like almost a year for her. Almost like a 1-year anniversary for Jade Cargill. I think she's injured now. Because she had that big cut on her face after that triple threat match. So I'm hoping she's okay. 2K25, we will be getting that DLC, the farewell tour for John Cena. They didn't give us no entrance of Brock Lesnar yet. But people are saying there's no ring attire for Brock Lesnar. So what I'm going to do is download a Brock Lesnar and copy every single thing that this Brock Lesnar has. His music, his moves, and all that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to download that's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I say we. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. Because if this Brock Lesnar doesn't have a ring attire, what's the point of putting him in my universe mode? But I never wanted to download a Brock Lesnar before I knew he was in the game. I never wanted to download a Brock Lesnar because his music. I always want his music because that's what... He never had different music except for his rookie year. But when he made his debut in 2002, that's always been his theme. And we always want it, right? Everybody wants that. Even with Edge. I never downloaded Edge because they don't have his theme song. There's some wrestlers that I won't download because they don't have the theme song. They have the motions, the entrance motions, but they don't have the theme song. So it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel right. And I don't do mods. Mods, you could do that, but I'm not using a PC. I'm using a console. I was hoping What's the Status did something, but no, he didn't do anything. I wish he did. But that's all for today. That's all for me today. But you might see me again later on when we do a Raw results. But it's for now. That's all for me right now. That's all. Oh my God, I need to stop saying that. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys later on for the Raw results. Time is out. Bye. Or I might upload it on Tuesday. Bye.